We'll begin today's meeting with the NBC Programmer's Pledge. Place your right hand over where your hearts used to be.
Since 2004, the Brandon Tartikoff Legacy Award has recognized the most innovative leaders and artistic visionaries in television. They are men and women who have shaped the business, inspired their colleagues, and left an indelible mark on our culture.
It's a singular honor. It's really unlike anything else.
The prestige of the Brandon Tartikoff Legacy Award comes from the inspirational life of its namesake and from the caliber of its distinguished honorees.
I feel Brandon in this room. When I came last year, I felt Brandon in this room.
Collectively, their creative vision continues to define what is popular and what is possible in a business that changes every day.
He contributed so much to so many audiences out there, so it's an enormous honor.
I guess, you know, when everyone talks about Brandon, you know, it's just kind of a name that's now synonymous with quality.
Brandon was the epitome of class and competition, and everyone who's come since him has wanted to emulate Brandon Tartikoff. There's never been anyone in the business like him.
I was fortunate enough to work with Mr. Tartikoff many, many years ago, and any award with his name on it is really something.
I think this has grown into one of the most prestigious awards in the industry. It's an exceptional honor.
Tonight's Legacy Award recipients embody Brandon's spirit and are tremendous examples of his passion, vision, and leadership.
I had the good fortune of knowing Brandon. 25 years later, to actually receive the award with his name on it, I can't even tell you it's a dream come true because I never dreamed that big. So it's quite actually a surreal moment for me.
One of my favorite stories involved Brandon while appearing on Saturday Night Live. When following the critical and ratings debacle that was Manimal, he allowed himself to be filmed while standing on the streets of New York City handing out pamphlets begging viewers to watch the show.
Manimal, great new show on NBC. Turns into a panther before your very eyes. Manimal, terrific show on NBC.
Root for the underdog. Come on over here.
You seem to get the absolutely straight dope when you spoke to Brandon.
I knew him pretty well, and I did work with him. He truly was a man that loved television. And I never forget the one thing he said, which was 90% of the sale in the room to him was the passion.
Imagine, if you will, a 7-year-old boy sitting nose to screen in front of a 7-inch Dumont television set. He begins to fantasize that if he tried hard, he could shrink to a tiny size and crawl inside the set. Then he could live and breathe television from the inside all day. That boy got his wish.
This year's honorees truly have made a lasting contribution to the legacy of our craft.
When I first started at NBC, I started in finance, and at the time I thought, you know, you get your foot in the door, you never know what opportunities, you know, will come your way. The fact that I was able to make a change in my career and in my life to where I am now, which uses both my creative skills and my financial skills, I consider myself very lucky and very happy.
My first experience with Brandon Tartikoff is I was going in to take over LA Law after 3 years on the air. I had only been in California 3 years, so the length of my television experience was about, at that point, 60 episodes as an underling producer. I wouldn't get that job today. Well, Brandon Tartikoff, they don't exist anymore.
I actually started in 1970. When I started in the business, there were 3 networks. I'm really proud that I started the first major spin-out from an ad agency in the U.S., what was then Televest and then subsequently became MediaVest. You have to ensure that you surround yourself with really talented people, and you have to let them go and do what they're supposed to do.
I always had a passion for the law. I like to think that at the end of a case, justice is supposed to happen. And you have to sometimes be creative to get there. That's what fuels my passion in the law, and my interest in television is just that it creates a wonderful fantasy for me and for my family, and has been 14 years of a second career that's been great.
NATPE takes great pride in recognizing this year's honorees and adding their names to an exclusive list representing some of the finest talents in the history of television. Tonight, we celebrate Brandon's legacy NATPE, in association with Broadcasting and Cable, Multi-Channel News, and NBC Universal, proudly congratulates the 2010 Brandon Tartikoff Legacy Awards recipients.
Oh, hello. I'm Joel McHale. And when I'm walking on the streets or out in public, people always ask me, when is Jeff Gaspin going to win the Brandon Tartikoff Legacy Award? And I say, I know, damn it. If it were me, I would have given it to him 12 times by now. I'm not just saying this because my job depends on it. The Jeff Gaspin story begins where all exciting stories begin, in the finance department at NBC. I'll wait for the clapping to die down. But Jeff soon proved he was more than just a finance guy. He was responsible for expanding the Today Show to 7 days a week, helped develop eyewitness videos, and the long-running news magazine, Dateline NBC.
Now, what was your plan here tonight?
I brought these flowers for you, Chris.
After a great start at NBC, Jeff left NBC for VH1, where his deep love of music helped him eliminate music from VH1's programming, developing Divas Live, Storytellers, pop-up video, and most notably, Behind the Music.
Jeff, thank you for giving me and many musicians the opportunity to make complete out of ourselves. We thank you very much for that.
When Jeff Gaspin returned to NBC, he helped develop such NBC hits as The Apprentice, Deal or No Deal, and The Biggest Loser.
To show how much he believed in The Biggest Loser, Jeff gained over 200 pounds. I mean, that's dedication you don't see in other TV executives.
After that, Jeff sashayed over to Bravo, which, by the way, is a pretty presumptuous title for any network. While there, he bought Project Runway and developed We Arrive for the Straight Guy. That show put Bravo and Ascots on the map. Unfortunately, that success prompted Jeff to attempt an ill-advised spin-off. When you are around, when you are Mel Gibson hated that show. Soon Jeff was promoted yet again. As president and COO, or coup, of NBC Universal Television Group, he changed the cable division with dynamic moves, including the acquisition of Oxygen.
When Jeff bought Oxygen, I got a little nervous because I thought he bought all the oxygen in the world. Then I realized I don't even need oxygen because I'm famous, so I could breathe whatever I want.
Anyway, Jeff Gaspin was also at the forefront of NBC's push to launch Hulu.com, a great site on the internet where anyone can watch TV shows for free.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
I'm grateful to Jeff for helping to launch Hulu. If I miss an episode of Real Housewives of Orange County, I get very, very cranky.
And now, Jeff Gaspin is in charge of every television business that NBC Universal owns, even Telemundo. Sí, el jefe Gaspin va a ser dueño de todas sus televisiones.
Jeff Gaspin might be the only person at NBC that we don't mock on our show, but we will, as soon as we figure out which guy he is and what he does.
NBCU's parent company, GE, has honored Jeff twice with the Chairman's Leadership Awards. I don't know what that is, but it sure sounds impressive. And he got it twice. And all the accomplishments aside, there's one title Jeff holds that matters more than the rest of them. Jeff Gaspin is also a proud family man.
Jeff is married? I never knew that. Wow. Some poor dude had to marry him? That is a strong man.
Thanks, Carrot Top. So what's in store for Jeff's future? With his vision, the sky's the limit. Nothing is impossible with Jeff Gaspin. He's brilliant. He's in better physical shape than any other entertainment executive. He doesn't have a single hair on his body. And most importantly, he's not Tiger Woods.
Congratulations, Jeff.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jeff.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jeff.
Congratulations.
A very hearty congratulations, Jeff.
Congratulations, Jeff. You really are fantastic. And thanks for casting me on Community. Thursday nights at 8, 7 Central.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Gaspin.
When Irwin was selected, I looked at the magazine, and in a brief moment, the only thing I thought about is, no offense to anybody else, is who else could one choose?
Irwin Gotlieb is one of the most influential executives in the history of advertising and media. He oversees 4 media agencies. Together, they represent more than $84 billion in media spend worldwide, according to the official reporting service RECMA. In other words, Gottlieb oversees more media buying clout than any other person in the world. His career began in 1972 in the media department of New York ad agency SSC&B. This was where his lifelong love of technology and visionary ideas was fomented.
He was the first one to develop a customized computer system, and that evolved into a much bigger system that we currently use today.
Later, he was a key player in 2 of the most influential movements in media agency history: unbundling and globalization.
He was a pivotal individual in the separation of media departments from the full-service media agency back in the late 80s and early 90s. And that taking of a media department, creating it as a standalone entity with its own profit and loss statement, as opposed to working through the structure that existed in the full-service media agency.
By spinning off media, media has now become the focus of the overall communications business, where 25 years ago it was the afterthought.
In April 2003, WPP established GroupM, and Gottlieb moved into his current role, overseeing the first parent company to include 4 major media service agencies with offices around the globe.
Irwin has been, very prominent in driving this business, the media business, from one that has been a relatively localized business to one that is now a global network business.
Gottlieb has also been involved in program and content development.
When you look at taking an investment stake in the Bill Cosby show when it went into syndication, when you look at original production of movies, these are agreements that were reached to benefit the clients that nobody else has done before.
His efforts and accomplishments have not gone unnoticed. He's a member of Broadcasting and Cable's Hall of Fame and has been honored by publications including New York Magazine, Ad Age, Ad Week, and Media Week.
He's very passionate about the things he believes in. He is very focused on the things that he wants to drive forward. He is a person of the highest integrity.
He is unarguably the smartest man in our industry.
And now he is the proud recipient of the Brandon Tartikoff Legacy Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, Irwin Gotlieb.
Who is this man? I'm Douglas Wamba, appearing for the one-armed plaintiffs. Douglas Wamba, appearing for the midget, Your Honor. Appearing for the frogman, for the goat killer, the potato man, the statutory rapist, the steamroller, the pig woman, the Chippewa. Douglas Wamba, representing the side of justice, Your Honor.
There's a head in that bag. Yes. A human head.
Helen, we got a situation here. This man has been framed for murder.
Helen.
Is it real?
Helen, we came to you because we trust you.
Oh, thank you, for God's sake!
Calm down.
You calm down! What the hell is wrong with you people?
1, 2, 3.
Dancing through the snow in a one
horse open sleigh.
Get out! Get out!
What are you doing?
I know. Get out!
What are you doing?
And they were in bed like this. Oh yes, that's sex. They were having sex. It's very bad. It is?
It's a good feeling, you know, to shoot a bad guy. Really? Something you Democrats will never understand. Americans, we're homesteaders. We want a safe home. Keep the money we make. And shoot bad guys. And save the life of someone you love. Big day. Even for Denny Crane.
Miss Hendricks, you abandoned your class, leaving a note on the blackboard, going to kill myself.
You damn right I did. You want to know why? Because I'd had it.
Marla.
No, Stephen, I want to respond to this stuck-up ice queen. I have to go into a room day after damn day and try to break through to a bunch of kids who don't want to listen, don't want to learn, and you show me a teacher who doesn't almost lose his or her mind sometimes, and I'll show you a teacher who's not trying.
For the past week, I've been getting nothing but resentment. You know that's true.
I don't resent you, Leland. If anything, maybe I resent myself.
For staying with a man who doesn't love you.
I really don't want to talk about it.
Oh my God! Believe it or not, I'm actually glad you're here.
Really?
Not as an ex-boyfriend, but as a lawyer who appreciates a talented addition to the firm.
Dr. Thurman, I know you still harbor deep resentment over my intervention last week, which caused one of your patients to go on living.
Mock me once, and you will never mock anybody.
I'm too tired to fight. I'm happy to bite, however. Stick that finger any closer to me and you'll lose it.
You think you've got tenure? You haven't got tenure.
I'll ask you once again. Remove your finger.
I'll remove it if and when I choose, you obnoxious little snot.
Ladies and gentlemen, David E. Kelley.
Whoever said there are no great second acts in American life never met Judge Judy Sheindlin. From New York family court judge to television icon, the girl from Brooklyn has always done it on her terms.
You think we have opinions? You think we have big mouths? We are gentle lambs. America's favorite judge has never had a loss for words.
Inheriting the strong will of her mother and the wit and wisdom of her father, Judy Blum developed a style all her own. Upon entering New York School of Law, Judy found her great passion, and it's a love affair that continues to this day.
What keeps me going are those few cases, maybe 10 a year. I can make a real positive difference. That keeps you going.
After a successful career as a tough, opinionated prosecutor, New York Mayor Ed Koch appointed her as a judge in the New York Family Court.
So your objection's noted. It's overruled. Have a seat. This witness may not have a terrific memory, but I've got a very good memory, sir.
Here she found a role for which she was perfectly suited.
Sir, you don't want me to have palpitations, do you? You have a lot more questions? Good. If that's too hard for you, sir, I guarantee you I will put you someplace where you're going to be in bed at 9 o'clock and at school every day.
Her rapid-fire style, intimidating attitude, and sharp wit attracted attention, which led to an LA Times story featuring the crusading jurist.
I had never seen a judge as outspoken, as dramatic, and as penetrating as she was.
But it was an in-depth profile on 60 Minutes that placed Judy firmly on the national stage.
If you want to get a fix on what's gone wrong with the American family and the American city, spend some time, as we did recently, in New York's family court. And you'll find presiding there Judith Sheindlin, Judge Judith Sheindlin. And if you find her a little bit shrill, a little bit testy, well, she'd be very pleased.
Do they ever mouth off at you?
Rarely.
It didn't take Hollywood long to come calling. Judy left her beloved seat on the New York bench and moved her courtroom to LA, but her opinions, attitude, and lace-trimmed robe came along with her. Premiering on September 16, 1996, Judge Judy wasn't an overnight success, but soon she had audiences entranced, and by 1999, Judge Judy was one of the highest-rated shows in daytime television.
Bird's gonna tell you that I'm really a fuzzy peach.
Yeah, I love peaches.
Try to look in my gorgeous brown eyes.
And they are gorgeous.
I want you to look at me as if I'm the Uber mother.
Judge Judy's success spawned a whole new court genre, and her unique personality would make her a true cultural icon, often imitated, but never equaled.
I'm Judge Judy, and I'm tough. Mrs. Gilliard, why don't you tell me what happened at your son's birthday party?
This woman who claimed to be a professional clown...
Excuse me. Hey, I got a little story for you. It's called The Day I Killed the Whore Clown. Shut up.
I've seen enough. Get up. Get your bony ass out of that chair, you wuss.
Now in its 14th season, Judge Judy still dominates the ratings.
She presides over the most popular court show on television.
Still leads the court show pack.
The top-rated TV court show.
With the first lady of the bench.
And still shows no sign of slowing down, much like the woman herself.
They don't keep me here because I'm gorgeous and 5'10".
In her favorite role as mother to 5 and grandmother to 11, Judy's love of family is a constant motivation. And as creator of the Her Honor mentoring program for young women, and as spokesperson for the North Shore Animal League, she also finds time to give back to the community.
I've always liked you, Judge Sheindlin. It's true.
Daughter, lawyer, judge, author, mother, and TV star.
I could almost do this snoozing.
The girl from Brooklyn has embraced each role set before her with great passion and drive, and has continued to make a remarkable, lasting impression.
You were expecting someone else?
Hey! Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining.
What are we talking about again? Right, Judge Judy.
Did you see me co-host The View?
Hell yeah, you was all over that.
It is Simon's evil twin, Judge Judy.
The Honorable Judge Judy Sheindlin.
Judge Judith. Judge Judy Sheindlin.
The Honorable Judge Judy.
Our friend, Judge Judy Sheindlin.
Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Judith Sheindlin.